Okay, I wanted to make a little video about the AJAX Lotto Number assignment just to help people get started. I have the sample HTML here. I've added my own CSS to style the page. And what we have is a form. Inside that form we have two inputs. So there's one called digits, one called max. And these are the values that we need to send off to the PHP page. We're going to choose a number of digits that we want to get back, and then we're going to pick a maximum number. So I'm going to pick four numbers between 1 and 50. This is what I want to get back. When I click the Generate Numbers button, I'm going to hide this first div called Home, and I'm going to show the one called List. I'm going to do this by taking the class active, removing it from here, and placing it inside here. Now I've got some CSS that animates the page off. So I'm taking the first home div, sliding it off, and I'm taking the list div and I'm sliding it on. Say that again. 6 numbers this time. And I get the results back from the server, and I'm adding a CSS transition, the same as the page, onto these. Now you don't have to do the transitions, it's just something to make it a little bit more visually interesting. So if I say 5 numbers between 0 and 40, or between 1 and 40 rather. There we go. Start again. Give me some new ones. There. And again, some new ones. So that's it. That's what you're trying to do. Now you are going to be making the request off to the web server. If I come in here and inspect this, what I want to look at is inside of the Network tab. When I click on Generate, I'm going to be making a request off to the server. So you can see I'm making a request to nums.php. It's going to be sending me back this bit of JSON, and there's 3 parameters inside there: code, message, and numbers. If code is 0, it means everything worked. If code is something other than 0, it means that there was an error in what you sent. More than likely, you were missing some required parameters. So here, let me refresh this page. Now I haven't selected anything, so these are both empty right now. I click Generate. Oh, I got a warning saying, hey, I'm missing required parameters. Now that's me. I'm using the Web Notifications API to make that little thing pop up here. But what's important is when I come in here, I get a code that's not 0 and a message, missing required parameters. So this is what you're going to be looking for. My numbers array is empty because code was not 0. So you're going to be using the fetch command to send a request off to this page. There's the URL right there. It's written in the assignment details. That request has to have included with it, if I look inside the headers, down here at the bottom, I need something called digits and I need something called max. Those 2 numbers are what I'm getting out of here. I'm sending those to the server along with the request that's going to this page, and then those 2 numbers are being used to generate what comes back. So I click on OK, look at nums again, and this time, there it is, digits was 4, max was 20. That's what's being sent to the server. And then the server comes back with a response that has code 0, here are your numbers, and there's the array. And they're there. So that's what this assignment is about. Making the fetch call, using a FormData object, taking those values out of here, putting them inside of a FormData object, and then passing that as the body of your fetch request to the server. It will then send back a response with some numbers for you. And every time we click on the buttons for Start Again, it takes us to this screen. Click on Generate, it takes us to this screen. Now the CSS, if you want to try messing around with that, have some fun with it. This is what I'm doing. Translate X, negative 100%. So I'm taking the page and I'm putting it way off to the left, 100% off the screen to the left. And then I'm transitioning it to say, hey, when the transform property value changes, take 1 second to change from what it is now to the new value. And when I'm going from on the screen to off the screen, I'm going to take 0.5 seconds. So half a second to get off, a full second to get on. So you can see there's different times. And then I'm doing another transition to make these appear after they're loaded. Not required, just do something visually interesting with them. Don't just throw the information in the HTML and have it appear. That is a big part of the assignment, getting the fetch to work, displaying the information. But then once you have that done, do some CSS work. Make something interesting happen on the screen. All right, I hope that helps. I hope that gets you started. Any questions? Please post them in the comments.